It's that time for our monthly real estate spotlight with Realtor from Select Realty, Stephanie Jones. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
So this morning we're talking about the offer process. How do we start making an offer?
So we've talked about who represents who and who's working for whom. The offer process starts when the buyer says, this is it, this is the home I want. What do I do?
Right.
And the buyer and the buyer's agent sit down, they craft an offer. A good buyer's agent is going to reach out to the seller first, the seller's agent, and find out, what type of occupancy, is there any other offers, anything else they should know before they even write the offer. But then the buyer says, I'm going to offer X, whatever that may be. Then several things can happen. From there, the seller has the option to accept the offer as written, counter the offer, and when you counter the offer, and this is one thing that people don't understand, when you counter the offer, that is a rejection of the first offer. So they can't come back and say, oh, well, they didn't accept my counter, but I'm going to accept their initial offer. Nope, that initial offer is gone.
It's not there anymore.
So you can accept, counter, you can reject the offer, which is completely in the seller's right to reject an offer, or you can accept another offer. And in this process, going back and forth, coming up with an offer that works for everyone, another offer can come in and be accepted. So writing an offer doesn't hold a house for you. So I do always encourage people to write an offer. If you play around, you could lose it. And the same goes true for sellers. Sometimes sellers want just that little bit more, and you can always, that buyer can walk away at any time.
Yeah. Now let's talk about that kind of range. I know when you first make an offer, whatever the listing price is, I know people like to think, well, how much lower are they willing to go? What is the range, and how do you advise people to pitch an offer that is maybe good for the buyer but still is reasonable?
I think that goes into effect when you're working with a buyer's agent who does their homework. And they can say, this house is priced effectively. There's multiple offers coming in, so we may need to use a different tool to be aggressive to buy this house. Or I have heard that this house has rejected offers before. They may not look at your offer that your Uncle Ernie is telling you. It's $100,000, but you have to write it for $75,000. Those kind of offers can sometimes get rejected. And that's where having a buyer's agent that knows the market will help you out.
How long does the offer process usually take? Or is there like a usual?
There is no usual. I think a really good offer can get accepted in a few hours. A good agent is going to call the other side and say, we're going to have an offer or a counter offer for you. How long do you need to respond? In a market that we had this summer, there were sometimes people wanted an offer in a few hours. And if the agents are communicating well, like so many of us do, you could call the agent and say, I'm going to write an offer. Can I get a response by 6 tonight? And that agent might say, no, my seller works in the mine and he doesn't get out till 11. So that type of good communication between agents helps offers come together better.
Perfect. Always very good advice. Thank you very much, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
We've got all of these videos from Stephanie's past interviews, all the stuff that you want to know about buying, selling, real estate in general on our website, uppermichigansource.com.